Thanksgiving, a time to get all your friends and family together under one roof and enjoy a big meal and state all the things in your life that you are thankful for. Though, there's always a few guests you'd rather have just stayed home. And it got me thinking, in a Thanksgiving environment, what Pokemon would make for the absolute worst house guests? And explain how to have the worst Thanksgiving ever. Though, before we start the video, we are only 233 subscribers away from accomplishing our goal of 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe and share it with a friend. Add over, let's begin. Number 10, Cubone. Now, this one I feel will be pretty divisive, but Cubone is that one guy we all know who had the really bad thing happen to him a decade ago, but even though so much time has passed, he has made it his entire personality. Now, you're just sitting at the table having a nice conversation with grandma, and out of nowhere, Cubone makes a comment as a way to correlate to mention his trauma to get pity and attention. In the first few times, it goes from just that, but like a decade later? Yeah, no, it's just annoying to deal with now. Number 9, Shaymin. Now, this pick is going to be one of the least awful on the list. With it being the literal gratitude Pokemon, I bet they are always looking forward to the Thankful Day. But that's exactly the problem. When it's their turn to tell the table what they're thankful for, the dude just won't stop adding to the list. Like, here, look at her now.
I'm thankful for the food, for my family, for my friends, for my job, for the homeless man I see on the subway, for my PS5, for my favorite YouTubers, for my dentist, for the kind person who returned my jacket, for Five Nights at Freddy's, for McDonald's, for Walmart, for Nintendo, for my stomach getting ready to digest all this yummy food that Score made.
Let's come back and check on them later. Number 8, Rioler. Now, before the extremely huge Rioler fanbase of like 4 people comes out and puts my head on a stick for this choice, just looking at this guy, you already know he is a major red flag at a Thanksgiving setting. First, look at this face. He's got that, spends all his free time moderating Discord servers and donating all his money to Twitch girls. But correctly judging a book by its muddy cover, let's continue. Rioler is based off a dung beetle, which, luckily, instead of playing with its own poop, he is rolling a huge ball of mud. Just imagine, you're digging into your turkey leg. Then, this guy pulls up with his wet, smelly ball of mud, putting it right on the table, right next to your plate of food, and act like it's nothing. Super rude. Number 7, Pizza Run. Now, this one I could see not being that big of an issue, but you ever have that one relative who just doesn't take no for an answer? That when you tell them you're full, they just keep shoving more and more plates of food your way, so they won't have to deal with any leftovers? I feel Pizza Run would be someone like this, always trying to shove as much of its mochi on your plate as possible. However, some mind control mochi would be pretty good to have to help control the next spot's quick temper. Number 6, Seviper and Zangoose. We got a double for this one. Ever have those two relatives that always attend family events, but absolutely hate each other? Them being in a room together is a ticking time bomb, knowing a really heated argument is bound to happen at any second. Well, this is exactly what it'd be like to have these two at your dinner table. Hopefully, each right here will be able to control them. However, with Zangoose being completely immune to being poisoned, even in some cases, their hidden ability Toxic Boost, I feel the venom inside the mochi would honestly just make Zangoose even more of a problematic house guest. Number 5, Hatterene. Now, this Pokemon says that if she senses any strong emotions, or you're just too loud within 30 feet of her, she will immediately attempt to get violent. Now, of all holidays, Thanksgiving is where most arguments would happen. So, when you have this overdramatic Hatterene sitting across the table from Zangoose and Seviper, you already know it's bound to end horribly. Now, let's throw a curveball for the next two. Some Pokemon you'd actually want at your Thanksgiving table. Number 4, Tinkaton. At first, you're probably thinking, it's just some little girl with a hammer. How is she gonna help me? Well, as someone like me who works at a grocery store can testify, so many people wait till the very last second to get a turkey. And well, in case you are one of those people and aren't able to get one in time, get yourself a Tinkaton, and she'll go hunt your family a good old Corviknight in no time at all. And these guys are 7'3", so you'd basically be getting 5 turkeys for the price of 1, thanks to this lady. Number 3, Minccino. All its dex entries explain how it's an extreme clean freak. So once celebrating the turkey day is finished, you can toss like 3 of these Minccino on cleaning duty and can trust that they can take care of it completely by tomorrow morning. If you have a family as big as mine, then you'd totally be grateful for having them on standby. Alright, positivity over, let's go back to complaining. Number 2, Beware. You guys ever have those relatives who give the tightest bear hugs? Well, Beware does that same thing, but times 20 the power, being known to accidentally paralyze the one who's receiving Beware's embrace. What's worse is, this dude is 6'11" tall, with extreme extremely intimidating strength. And most Beware have the Klutz ability, meaning unless you hand feed them, they're not eating a single bite of the food you prepared for them. And to make things even more worse, if you critically fail and the Beware you know has its hidden ability, Unnerve, then literally nobody will be eating any of the food you slaved away to make. Cause Beware is so intimidating, meaning the food is going to waste. Except the Tinkaton you invited earlier, because she has a mold breaker. My point still stands. And finally, the absolute worst Pokemon to ever have at your Thanksgiving table. The one, the only, Guzzlord! Guzzlord is that one relative we all have that kinda lives far away, and it's a big effort for him to attend any family gatherings, so nobody can really control him, meaning he will just kinda run wild and starts eating the entire table of food. And if he gets mad, he might even eat the whole house. And once there is no more food, he'll start screaming. And well, there you have it. My list of the 8 Pokemon you would never want over for Thanksgiving. Here, let's go check back on Shaymin.
A good night's sleep, seasons, financial savings, weekends, fresh air, transportation, clean water, technology, art, teachers, moderate healthcare, music, colors, indoor plumbing, food delivery services, Wi-Fi, Netflix, being up a second before your alarm, fuzzy socks, deodorant, toilet paper, duct tape, good hair days, the 5-second rule, bacon, fortune cookies with a perfectly timed fortune, cat videos, clothes, fresh out of the dryer, GPS, BTS, inside jokes, autosave, spell check, and chapstick.